Karibu sana. Welcome back home.
Let's appreciate him.
Let's appreciate him.
Thank you.
Now let's have our chairman. Chairman of the board.
Thank you. Let's appreciate our chairman.
Let's appreciate. Thank you, chairman. Now our senior principal. Karibu. Thank you, our senior principal.
Let's appreciate our senior principal.
Let's have vice chair of the board and alumni.
Thank you.
Vice chairman of the board. Let's appreciate our senior principal. Chairman of vice chairman of the board. Of the board and alumni, wakili, asante sana. Let's have the chairman of the academy, who is also let's appreciate chairman of the academy, who is also an alumni. Meto, makofi kwake.
Sawa sawa.
Chama niko tu sawa. Oh, sawa. Oh, Madam Mulonga. Let's have Madam Mulonga. Madam Mulonga together with Mr. Ruto on behalf of the staff. Mupande ya. Asante. Makofi kwa chairman of academics. Ya makofi Madam Mulonga. Long serving akisaidiwa na deputy. Finally, let's have our guest. Tupigie makofi mgeni wetu. Good.
allowed our own boys just to be here as we carry on together. My name is Pastor Edwin Korir, the school chaplain. Permit me just to bring an exhortation in the few minutes that we have. In the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 25 to 37. It is a story of the Good Samaritan. We are told of this story that a man was traveling from Jericho to Jerusalem, and it was a highway of thieves and robbers. And this man fell in the hands of robbers who robbed him. They left him a half dead or a half alive. And this man was troubled, he needed some help. We are told a good man, whose name is a priest, passed by, found this man at a point of death, but he did not help. We are also told a Levite also passed by. And Levites are known of good morals and good gesture of help, but they could not help this man. The story continues to say, but then a good Samaritan was passing by and met this man who was about to die. We are told he stopped his journey, helped this man, took him to an inn, a dispensary, and paid for the medication, and this man was rescued by this good Samaritan. It's a story that is well known, but I want to draw three approaches from this story. There is an approach that has been used in Africa, and the approach is the Ubuntu slogan, that I am because you are and you are because I am, and therefore what is mine is yours and we share. I want to draw three approaches from this, and the approach number one is the approach that was exemplified by the thieves. They robbed this man of all that he had. And that approach is, what is yours is mine, I will take it. Let us all say, what is yours is mine, I will take it. Tell your neighbor, Ishindi. That is a very bad approach. That was shown by the thieves who robbed this man all his things and left him almost dead. And then there is the second approach that was shown by the priest and the Levite. I'm sorry, I'm one of the priests, but that is not how we do things. I think that was a man who a neighbor was called, and he said yes to the call, and yet it was not himself who was being called, it was a neighbor. Now, that approach is one that says, what is mine, I will keep it. Let us all say, what is mine, I will keep it. Tell everybody, that is not a very good approach. This is an approach that is being exemplified by the people who are very selfish, people who don't want to help. They say, what is mine, I will keep it for myself and myself. These are the people who say, I, me, and myself. It is all about self and self and self. And this is what Jesus rebuked and said, it is good for you to selflessly even give yourself for some people. This is a very bad approach by the priest and a Levite. And there is a good approach by the Good Samaritan. And this approach is the approach that has been shown today by our guests. And the approach is, what is mine is yours, I will share. Let us all say, what is mine is yours, I will share it. Would you please tell your neighbor, what is mine? Look at your neighbor. Na kama unaongelesha mtu wa kuongelesha, tafuta kiti kama jirani mzuri anaweza kuongelesha. Tell your neighbor, what is mine is yours, we will share. And this is what we are saying. What is ours belongs to others. Let us share together. Let us have the spirit of sharing. And thank you very much, alumni, for thinking outside yourself and begin to share things here. This is a very good approach, and thank you for that very approach. God bless you. I wish you a blessed ceremony, and God be with you. Let us put our hands together as we welcome the MC of the day to take us through from here. Karibu sana MC, I think. Karibu sana, tupige makofi. Karibu sana, karibu sana.
Praise the Lord. Amen. Praise the Lord. Geukia mwenzako mwambie success looks like you. Tatu hii, ingia kwa mfuko mwambie success looks like you. All right. Now, today we are excited and honestly, Bwana Principal, do I look like one of you now? Yeah, very good. You know, the moment I dressed this, I went out and teacher called me, you, come here. And then he realized I looked too old for punishment, but that was very good. So we are really excited on behalf of the Alumni Golf Challenge. Tell your friend Alumni. Challenge. Now Mwambie, put a golf in it. Put a golf in it. Yes, so we are the Alumni Golf Challenge. And we are a company that we go out, we play golf, and the one who wins, tunamchukua, tunamrudisha kwenye shule yake. Anatafuta maboyu wenzake wenye walisoma naye, alafu anawaleta. Tuko pamoja? Yes, so allow me to be as casual as I can so that we can communicate. Is that okay? I can speak very good English, actually, please English, but I will prefer to just talk to you in Kiswahili. Is that okay? Fantastic. So, akatafuta maboi wenzake akawaleta. Na kuwaleta akasema it's time we bring him home. It's called a homecoming. Sema homecoming. This event is called the homecoming of our friend here. So unaona vile amedressiwa. Anakali kama kwa graduation. Yes, this is the gentleman. Of course, you've already seen him walking down from the gate here. And now we're going to celebrate him and together with the old boys. Tuko pamoja? Tuko pamoja? Hadi sasa kwanza naomba tupigie wase wa band makofi tafadhali. Wase wangu, kujeni wale wanne kujeni. Naomba tafadhali tusimame. Let us all stand. Let us all stand. We are too serious. Our board of directors, our principal, our senior teachers and our teachers, our fellow staff here. We are excited and we want you to break the ice kwanza. Oya. Wala wase wangu, wase wanne. Kamuni. I feel like a student today. I'm putting on green. Next week I'm with the CEO of Safaricom doing what I'm doing here today. Hai, kujeni hapa mbele. Hao ndio madansa wa noma, si ndio? Wapi nuru yao kwanza? Wapi nuru? Cheza kiwewe. Ambia kesha kwa space kidogo. Haya. Twende kidogo. Haya, kila mtu. Haya, pole. Twende hapa. Twende. You are students and you are standing like church elders. No, I'm saying you dance. Umesimama wasikibalai. Nikudanyo sasa. Sindio? Ata. Let's do this. Come, excuse me, sir. Please come. Kuja to dance. Wait. All right. Nani mnataka mwingine ya dance kidogo? Principal. Sio mimi nimesema. Wewe unaweza fanya mkosa kulipwa. Nani mwingine? Nani? Bugani? Okay. Let me come closer. Kuja. Which teacher would you like to see dance today? Sorry. Nani? again. Wanachelanga.
Next week. Okay, sawa. Nije twende kazi. Haya. Kwanza, unadansi kama hauna pesa, weka mwili. Kila mtu. Una pesa. Unasaidia zamani. Change the music, eh? Give me something else. Please, yako sawa ama kwa sawa zaidi? How about our person we are celebrating today? Our celebrant yako sawa? Amekuwa kutikisha. Haya, bro, kuja sasa kueleza sasa. 1, 2. Kila mtu twende kama yeye. Hapa, one last lot. All the old boys who have come today kujeni juu. All the old boys. Hao walikuwa chuo huku, walisoma, walilala kwa dom, walikula hii chakula, walichapwa. Hadi sasa, unaona magari ziko parked huko nje. This is it. Bwana Mark, kuja juu pia. Haya, please come closer. Haya. Tunataka kujua kama ulikuwa Chebisaas kama ni uongo. If you are a Chebisaas. Unasikia mimi anasema hao walikuwa wanoma. Nije tuone kwanza, tuone. Nije. Cheza. Haya, tuone. Have your seats, please. Umeona effects ya pesa? Umeona effects ya pesa? Hello? Have you seen
Alright. I always, every time I go to a high school, I always want to start with giving my testimony so that anything that happens here, you can pick up a few points and then you can run with it. When I was in high school, back then, I'll not mention the year, I'm 16 years. So, when I was in high school, I was a stammerer. There's this guy who is in the choir, I've given my phone, and I realized he was a stammerer. He's also a stammerer. I was a stammerer. I could not talk in front of him. Nilikuwa kigugumizi. I was talking like mpaka jina inatoka. But every time we had such an assembly, I would ask myself, sio wamekuja wamedance, huyu amekuja amefanya shairi, huyu amefanya narrative, wameimba, huyu ameenda kwa mitambo, huyu amefanya hivi. I was that young man who was seated there, and I asked myself, what can I do? So I went to God and I used to pray. I used to go to see you. So every time we finish food, lunchtime, I would run for prayers for close to 30 minutes before the CU starts. So I was the fastest eater in our school. But my main point was to become an orator and to become a public speaker. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I stand to you as a testament that if you put your mind into anything that you want to do, you will always succeed and you will always have it. Amen? Yes. So, before we start, I want you to ask yourself, am I going to stand on this podium today? And if not, what can I do to stand here next time? Is that okay? Yes. So anyone who is here from 1, from 2, maybe, from 1 are here already? From 1 are coming in, maybe from 2. And you have never come past this staircase when people are seated down. But when people are seated down, that is what the employer is looking for. True or false? Apart from papers, what else? Everyone is going to walk out with a piece of paper, but what else are you going to come out with? So as we do this, learn from the ones who are here and pursue to be like them. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to welcome all of you who are watching. And this, of course, is the start of the Alumni Golf Challenge right here at the AIC Chebisaas School. And I'm the very host, MC Headboy, and we are ready to start. We are going to start with the Solo Gardens. Solo Garden is a set piece by the school choir. Kindly, let's all appreciate them as they come on stage.
Down
Naomba tuwapongeze kwa makofi. Thank you. That is Sunny Gardens. Of course, it's a love song. Right now, the only love you should have in your life is education. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I would like to welcome a young man who has just not performed here in Rift Valley, but he's gone above and beyond to represent the school at the national festivals. I'm talking of Solovas, which is coming in, and this piece comes from a Form 4 students from Fort Central. He goes by the name Kelly Sungu. Naomba tumpongeze.
Hello everyone. Hello. My name is Kelly Sungwana. It's about a kid who got famous at a really young age and the challenges he faced during the time of his fame. Welcome. Twisted and tangled in fate's cruel game, a hollow echo of fleeting flame. Colors once bright, now fade to shame. On this edge, I long to soar. The angels whisper, calm and pure. Yet those who claim to love me most feed the fire, haunt me the most. Fame is a bee. It has a song, it has a sting. Too, it has a wing. Fame has turned me into a spectacle. Endless confusion clouds my cerebrum. Accusations without ground. Tale upon tales spun around. Stories and stories about my personal life they train. Haven't you heard? I scored an E in my KCSE. Rumors. I was only in Form 2. I went off social media. They say he impregnated Mamito. Rumors. I was just trying to study too. Indeed, fame is a bee. It has a sting. I stepped into the arena where talents shine and gleam, seeking fun, display, and light. But exposure brought forth a fight. TikTok, Twitter, Insta's gleam turned me into something rare. Heavy and prolonged burdens. Not too long ago, cameras flashed, aglow, shattered clicks, lights bright, my swag danced in the light. TikTok, Twitter, Insta's gleam, I reigned like in a dream. On this beach, strolling, seated at this desk, all eyes fixed upon me, a story to tell. Questions barrage. What do you eat? When did you sleep? How did you become? I'm just a student. Can't I just be my sweet 16? Back at home, constant pressure from Uncle Tom. Go perform some show like a pro. Bring home the moolah. I am a breadwinner at 16. I pay the rent, food, fees. I want to be a normal teen. Can't I just be my sweet 16? Fame is a bee caught in a web's embrace. I yearn to soar above the sky, where peace awaits, so calm and high. Yet I succumb to this web's way. In fame's embrace, now I stay. This battle is mine. Tonight, I let my flag shine. In dark deeds and fight, aggression, frustration, depression, I face them all with determination, becoming once more my Sweet 16. My mentors now manage my socials. Fame is a fickle food. Men ate of it and died. I ate of it and survived. Tonight, I become my Sweet 16. I am just but my Sweet 16. Gratitude.
Wow, thank you. That was Kelly Subu. Ladies and gentlemen, the other gentleman that I'm about to introduce, he is a young man, very vibrant, and he started this act when he was in primary school. He comes from Nairobi. What's on Nairobi? Oi! Hey, haya. Hey! Unaficha rada? Wazi. Ladies and gentlemen, he was in Langata West Primary School, and at Langata West, that's where he started his act, and he's here to perform for us. He comes from Form 4 East. Form 4 East, what people read? Yes. He's doing for us a narrative. He goes by the name Absa Mazrui.
Allow me to vuju, rewind and come back again, selector, to the day our math teacher, aka Hapani Wapi, made his triumphant entry into our class. And like a messiah, armed with a list of his 12 disciples that was supposed to follow him. Go home and lower their nets and fish for fish. And when I say fish, Omera, I mean school fees and not samak. I stopped out of the school gate like a brand new Subaru, only to realize I did not have enough fuel for the journey home. I smelled it and humbly I reversed my shoe back to ask Mwalimu wa math if I could borrow his phone to call home for some bus fares. To my utter dismay, the call went unanswered, leaving me in a state of desperation. I remembered the odds Jonte told me about the weekly jackpot. Without Mwalimu wa math's knowledge, I placed a bet on the jackpot, hoping for for a stroke of luck. Yani, bahati ya mtende. Even though I did not know mtende, I wanted this luck. For me, it was simple. If I won the jackpot, I will never have to go through these embarrassing situations of going home for school fees. I will just buy the whole school and move into the principal's house.
Nihurumie, siku na miaka zapita, sijafika kule.
A week later, Mwalimu wa math received a life-changing phone call. The caller asked, "Are you Mwalimu wa math? Does the phone number 072000000 belong to you? I would like to inform you that you have won a 50 million weekly jackpot at Mamini, a betting company." And despite his disbelief, Mwalimu wa math fantasized on how all his money problems will be solved. And the first thing that he will do is to buy the whole school and change it into a math contest.
Emotional damage, roho nimeweka bandage.
When the Mamini betting company realized that Mwalimu wa math was utterly unaware about it, he had never placed a bet on anything except free lessons. Mwalimu wa math attempted to log in into his betting account, which he did not know. Mwalimu wa math discovered new tricks on how to bet. It was at this time that Mwalimu wa math was called to the staff room to explain what happened. This time, the betting officials they said that I should be called to explain why his phone was linked to my username, aka African Jiwa. It was at this time that Mwalimu wa math realized that Mwalimu wa math was utterly unaware about betting. He had never placed a bet on anything except free lessons. Mwalimu wa math was asked if he was African Jiwa, the name that appeared on the account profile. Mwalimu wa math, it was at this time that he demanded I should be called to explain how his phone was linked to my username, aka African Jiwa. In my disgrace, I admitted to placing the bet without Mwalimu wa math's knowledge. The betting officials tried to figure out whether they should award the 50 million to Mwalimu wa math or I, the African Jiwa. They started making calls, but none of them were talking or responding to our bewilderment. It felt like we had sent them fair, but none of them were picking up our calls. And they stopped making calls and sat like they were having a meeting. One of them moved forward and said, after serious deliberations, we have consulted with our superiors and concluded that the winner of this 50 million weekly jackpot is none other than Mwalimu wa math. other than African Njiwa. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, my 2 loaves of bread and 5 fish were enough, and just enough, to feed over 5,000 math teachers. It was at this moment that you could clearly see that Mwalimu Muhammad was simultaneously, algebraically, and logarithmically suffocated with the equation of how I was mathematically inclined to be awarded the 50 million jackpot. Mwalimu's dream of changing the school into a math contest remained just but a dream. Reality slapped him away. Company realized that Mwalimu Muhammad was utterly unaware about betting. He had never placed a bet on anything except 3 lessons. It was at this time that the betting official paused and added, apparently, the winner of the 50 million weekly jackpot cannot be awarded the money since he did not adhere to the betting rules and regulations. Selma prepared way for Messiah. In this case, I was John the Baptist, and the jackpot was Jesus. To imagine after heavy consultations with the CEO Mamili betting company, they decided to start an educational fund dubbed African Jiwa, an educational fund that was supposed to help needy students across the country. A lucky lesson learned was, betting is not for people under the age of 18. A Chebisaas voice production.
Amazing, amazing. Mazrui, that is amazing. Wow. Everyone is smiling, including the principal. That is lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, before I call the next act, we have a gentleman who took this school to the nationals through the same act that was being performed here. I am talking of Lagat. Kibet, Vini hapo hapo. Kuja tupate mstari mmoja. Wapi makofi huyu msela badani? Huyu alikuwa analeta mnoma sana. So, Vini, I don't know, unatumia microphone ama projection? Tupatie stanza moja.
Mjeni, mko salama? Nimefurahia sana kazi ya Madam Ahoya, through Mazrui. Sijui kama nitakumbuka, the last time we performed was in 2016 in the Nationals. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from the village of Mbunda. And this is a story, not just a story, but a beautiful story. So sit down, relax, and enjoy. I think I remember the introduction.
Hiyo inaitwa effects ya nini? Hiyo ni effects ya pesa. Soma kwa nguvu upate pesa. Alright. This is to inform you that this year in the secondaries we will not have Form 1s. Form 1s moving from this year going onwards, we will only have 3 classes. And the reason why we don't have Form 1s today, because they are starting a new CBC system. And of course it has kicked off in the primary section and now is yet to be embraced in the secondary section starting next year. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the successes for the CBC at the primary level has been so successful, and that's why our next performance is a choral verse, and the choral verse goes by the name Good Morning. Ladies and gentlemen, performing CBC is our choral verse team. Naomba tuwapongeze.
From the auspices of AIC Chebisaas School, proudly presents Good Morning by BK Tarpe. Welcome.
Good morning, sir. A new baby has been born to us. She is so beautiful, so fresh, and so full of life. The lilies of the stream down and our angel. The new competency-based curriculum. Just like God shoots in the beautiful Tanzania, His baby brings out this beautiful man. The color of us is a neutrality. She is not black, she is not white. She is just between black and white and all. His baby is indeed unique. You see, sir, this baby allows everyone to take ownership of her. Whatever color, whichever degree, whatever residence, be it young or old, this baby can belong to you. Yet she is the baby of my father and mother's son. This baby is indeed unique. This baby, competency-based curriculum confers on you the power to be imaginative and creative. In this baby, inclusivity and diversity based on your ability is the first priority. This baby will teach us to respect human rights because it gives us heads up to be champions of SDG4. This baby lives and we hope for the future. My future, our future. Her campus enjoys everywhere. Her Christ meets our heart with a great sense of responsibility and concern for her. We all must come together as a people, as a nation, to care and protect our angel, our baby, CBC, for which parents possess their own baby. Sir, by the government, and as I know, my heart is full of abundance for this angel, that she may have a very long life of prosperity and success, that she may become a public stream of good waters, and oasis in this enormous desert of unemployment and living development. When she is for her to say, that she remains healthy and strong. Sir, good morning.
Good morning, a lovely piece from these young men. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 items to go, and then we go to the next section of the program. And right about now, anything you do when someone is doing a spoken word, you do what? Yes, just now. All right? Wonderful. So the young man coming in next, he is in Form 4 West. What West Mkwapi? I see your teacher. Very good. All right. So Form 4 West, we have your classmate who started doing spoken word while he was in primary school. His primary school was Marula Primary School, and he's been doing spoken word ever since, and is here to perform for us a very delicate piece and very bold piece talking about corruption. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Chebisaas.
leo mimi nimekaa na swali. Mbona mwizi akiba mnasema kuna mkono mrefu, yet serikali kishika mwizi mnasema mkono wa serikali ni mrefu? Which one is which? Because it seems ironical. But see, every Monday and Friday we sing that justice is our shield and defender, yet the same justice has never been served to politicians ndio wapishi. Dear citizen, we sing that may dwell in unity, peace and liberty, but in real sense tuna dwell in world of tribalism, hardship and poverty. Flag is a symbol of national unity, but kwetu it's a symbol of national disunity. Inakuwaje wezi wanakosana in public ndio wasiri kutuibia in private? Dear citizen, don't you see amoko blinded kiplani? Sauti Sol walisema tujiangalie, that's why tujiangalie. Dear citizen, don't you see that this politician are the cause of this tribalism na chicken seller ndio the buyer na Gen Z ndio blood contributors to the protest? Dear citizen, stop being tribalic or we'll end up in flames kama South Sudan. Is it true that Gen Z are tribeless ama wanafight juu viongozi wa kesho? Cause it's high time kuna kuwa na koki za maskini na tajiri. And at the same time, mko na makezi za mashamba na mmeshindwa kuplot agenda za maendeleo. Dear politician, stop being a chronic liar, instead talk influent action. Amani tiririke na Wakenya waachane na ukabila. Jumini itwa Kipruto, wewe itwa Omolo na yule itwa Karua, si wote ni Wakenya. Cause hadi mimi ningekuwa president, ningekuwa DJ mixer ni wa mix nyinyi wote. Juu we rich ama poor, si wote breed na poor na still flesh itarudi kwa dust. Dear politician, hizo pesa mtazikwa nazo, still flesh itarudi kwa dust. If kids ask now, mimi nitajibu nini when Asla na mtu wa boda boda are both Aslas? Dear citizen, tujiangalie. Cause Vision 2030 will end up saying, welcome to Kenya, the Republic of China. Easy.
Wow. Turn to neighbor, muulize na wewe utapanda hiyo stage siku gani? Kazi ni kutumbuizwa tu. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture we have our last performance, but I say that with a pinch of salt. There's a young man who has approached me, Cornelius. I hope Cornelius you can hear me, and he's told me niko na nyumba kigale ndio hiyo kidogo inaongea yeah. 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 So ladies and gentlemen, and now we bring our very own locally brewed talent. I'm talking of our very own school choir coming to perform for us a song and titled Zilizovuma Lil Mama by Sauti Sol. What a selection! Wapigeni makofi.
Oh, Lil Mama, oh, Lil Mama, oh, Lil Mama, oh, Lil Mama. Tine tine tere, tine tine tere, tine 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 tere, tine tine tine. How long should I wait for your love?
We are done with entertainment and no matter tafadhali tuwapigie makofi. Special. A few years back, a young man was in his office taking tea, and then he was working for Nation Media. How many people know Nation Media? Yes. So he was working for Nation Media, and he sat down and he said, I would like to make a difference. And he thought, should I start selling chapels? No. Should I go and start a car hire business? No. He said, let me start a golf challenge that is going to revolutionize what alumni associations are doing in this country and beyond. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what happens is that this gentleman formed a movement called the Alumni Challenge. And this Alumni Challenge all right. What begin how makofi tafadhali? They never get recognized. So, ladies and gentlemen, he thought it was good to have a movement that could revolutionize alumni associations. The day you will leave this school, please remember to join us so that you can come back and make a difference in a student who will be there at that time. And so, ladies and gentlemen, our pulpit how we appreciate it. Wapigeni makofi tafadhali.
Wow. Chebisaas. Wow. Now, silence. So I'm about to do something that happened around 2 months ago. And please, concentrate. It's on Saturday, on the 16th of November 2024, and we are at the Nika Golf Club. It's raining cats and dogs, but golfers are not relenting. They are coming in big heaves and holes. And we're just about to see what this day will present. Today, we shall come to know the 9th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge winner. This tournament has been there for the last 2 years and has presented more than 1,440 golfers representing more than 700 schools around the country. So today, we shall get to know who is the 9th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge winner. 6 hours later. And we have a tie. We have a tie on the last 18 tee. The
between Senti, KB, Moiji, and an Ilo school called Chebi. I've never heard of that name school. I've heard of the rest, but I've never heard of the school. But there's a gentleman called Bona Raymond, and all of them are out the T-box, the four of them. And this is the last straw. We shall get to know who is the winner. And a gentleman called Paul from City gets his driver out. He's going to hit all the way up to 529 yards. And let's see if he lies on the course. He is bound to win this tournament. And there goes Paul. Paul concentrates and puts the ball near. And then he uses all his muscles. And Sheila! Oh my God! Oh, the ball is on the forest! Oh, that ball is no longer on the field of play. It will be very difficult for this man to get out of there. And so let's get the only lady from a school called Moji is on. And this lady is called Salome. Salome, she looks like she's played golf for around 5 years or so. And so Salome gets herself comforted and gets her ball there and gets out that driver. And because we know ladies are very direct, they're focused, this one, I think it's her day. And we shall have more achievements this tournament. So, the field is quiet. So Salome takes and just cautiously. Oh my God! The ball has not gone anywhere. It's just 10 yards away. Oh no, my God. I can't believe this. Moinji presenting was just running just a few yards away. It will be difficult to get into the hole from now. And now we have one gentleman. He's called himself Peter from KB. Peter from KB. They have always been known to be bullies. And so he's trying to bully his other friends and telling them, hey, today's my day. KB will be on the pool beat today. And so, Paul says, takes the ball and confidently, he's very confident. Why? Because this man has played golf for around 15 years. So I think this is time to hit it. And so he puts the ball on the floor. And before he goes it, he wipes it and talks to it. Hey ball, get me in the course, okay? And he goes back. Paul is looking at it. He has a look of Tiger Woods. I think this guy is going to win. Even the look, he's confident enough. I think that gentleman from Chebi, even he's looking like he's scared already. But let's see. So Paul goes, the ball, and the course is quiet. We just start to see the heading ball, and he swings it slowly. And hit it! Oh my God, it has hit a bar, and the ball has been thrown, and the branches. This is not going to be a good day. Senti, KB, and Moichi, all the favorites winning this golf tournament have all been battled out. I think it will be so difficult to get them there. And then, sorry, guys, we have a young man from Chebi. I think he's played golf for just a year. I don't think even he looks confident enough to get this. But anyway, let's give him a chance. So Raymond walks there from a school called Chebi. They call it Chebisaas. I don't know why, but that name looks like it's a very interesting name. Although we've never had any winner from a school that is strange. However, let's give him a chance. So Raymond walks there, very shaky. He can't even get the ball in. And does it. And just about this, he says, I'm not going to take the driver. Let me get a smaller club. And he pulls out a 5-iron. 5-iron should give him anything close to 200 yards. 200 yards is okay. So Raymond gets steady. And just easily, as much as he was shaking his hands, he studied it and says, oh, it has gone to the fairway. This man has just smacked that ball 250 yards away. Let's put our hands together for Raymond. Oh, Chebi, here we are. And just about there, oh my, and we are just about to see. We have had the Senti guy, we've had the Moiji guy, we've had also KB. Not well out of the course yet. They are already hitting their 6th shot. Senti's already hitting their 6th shot, and KB is already hitting the 7th shot. And Chebi is just walking confidently this time round. He presents himself as a young man who is confident from Chebisaas High School. So he's just about to get in. And now he's just hitting his 2nd shot and takes a pitch and says, oh, okay, you can get there. And then he spots the ball and oh my God, it's going. Oh, and it's on the green. 10 yards to the hole. I think we have an eventual winner. So he walks confidently to the greens and he takes his putter and just is a 12-footer distance. The hole is just not 2 yards of the distance, less than a meter. And then he takes his putter, steadies his hand. Guys, we're about to see the 9th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge winner. I think he'll make it. Okay, let's see. And today, Chebisaas School will be on the annals of history of the Alumni Golf Challenge. So he takes it. And just like slow motion, pass the ball. And the ball rolls and rolls and rolls. And it's in! And so we have the 9th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge winner, Mr. Raymond Bay. Now you have an idea what happened on Saturday, 16th November 2024. Let's put our hands together for the 9th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge, Mr. Raymond Bay from Chebisaas High School. Wow. At least I've gotten that out of the way. My God, you guys are great to entertain. Huh? You should be clapping right now, guys. Wow. Wow. We are at the mighty Chebisaas National School. Let's put our hands together, guys. Oh. I'll start by saying, ladies and gentlemen, guests, members of the board, including the chair and the vice, we have, of course, the BOM academic, senior principal. Let's put our hands together for one senior principal. Oh, this is a joy. And of course, we have the gentleman who has made effort to connect us to this school. And that is your current vice chair of the Alumni Association. Let's put our hands together. Good. Now, my time here is very short because I see time has really ran. And I want us to summarize the biggest time. And because I want us to give a chance to that winner, I will do 2 things. 1, I will give you an introduction of who we are. 2, I will introduce the Alumni Golf Challenge 9th edition winner, who is born and bred at Chebi School. And thirdly, we shall be able to celebrate a teacher and the students who have been honored to be here. Is that okay? Yes. Wonderful. Good. So, around 3 years ago, we were reading on the news about the eventual collapse of our institution because of financial issues. And that led us to think, how come Cambridge, Oxford, MIT have been there for more than 200 years, but you never hear them going broke? However, here in Africa, the sad story is that when people leave their school, they don't go back to their school anymore. 98% of Kenyans have never gone back to their former school. And it's sadly to mention that the 2 or 4 or 5% who claim to have gone, 99% of them have gone to do what we call sightseeing. What is sightseeing? Sightseeing is where Raymond walks in here, and the first place he goes to the kwa choo, kuangalia kule alikuwa anaandika, kwa basi kule aliandika mimi ni ule msee. And then on Monday morning, senior principal is trying to scratch his head and asking the teacher on duty, do you remember that young man who came here on Friday? What was his name? I can't even remember. Why? Because Raymond came and left as he came. And so, we thought about it and said, how can we change that philosophy? And so, we realized that 3 out of 5 Kenyans are are involved in a sport. That's why these people who they say they are rich people, every Saturday morning they are running in Karura or they are running in Elgon View, jogging in the morning, Sura ya pesa. But one thing you know, it will be very hard to get them out of their busy schedule to come and visit Chebi School. And so we knew the only way to do this is we need to organize opportunities for them to go do what they love doing. And so Alumni Golf Challenge was born. It's a national golf circuit that brings together alumni from all walks of life to play for their former school. And in the last 3 years, we've been able to have more than 1,440 golfers representing more than 720 schools. And I'm excited. Let's give our hands together, guys. And because of that, there are 3 things that Alumni Challenge stands for. 1, we connect. What is connecting? We basically remind executives like yourselves, alumni like yourself, to go back to their former school. Number 2, we empower. Empower is we show them the way and the structure of how to have a tangible impact. Number 3, which is what we are doing today, we do what we call inspire. Inspire means is we come here and we give you an opportunity as an alumni to inspire the next generation. And so we are excited to be here, and it gives me great joy to say that this is the 9th winner. And let me just, for the sake of this, will you allow me to just mention the past winners and you can celebrate them? Can we do that? And so when I mention the school, I want you to just give them one clap, a big clap, one clap. Okay. Great. The first of the Alumni Golf Challenge that happened in 2022 in February was won by one and only Upper Hill School. The second edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge was won by a school in Kiambu called St. Joseph's High School, Kigambore. The third and the only school to have been won by a lady was called, and is called, Dunbury Girls High School. The 4th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge was won, not just an ordinary school, but by a seminary where they train priests from all over Kenya. So, help me put our hands together for St. Mary's Seminary School. The 5th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge was very special because for the first time, we had a foreigner coming to play for his school in Botswana. And then he was gracious enough to adopt a school in Kenya. And so, presenting the 5th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge, let's put our hands for Nanyuki High School. Good. And then, not too long and not too far, we've had another school, just a school that you may have heard about from Kiambu as well, called Kenya High School. And definitely, and not the least, we've had a school which is one of the biggest schools in Kenya, having more than 3,500 students. It was won by one gentleman called Michael Zeni. And that school is Kakamega High School. And the 9th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge goes through Chebisaas High School. Great. So what I'll do, because of time, we are privileged to have partners who have come a long way to support what we do. So how do we get ourselves here? Is we get partners and sponsors who can be able to touch and being able to impact the alumni movement. And so today we are represented by some of them, but in absentia, I want us to give 2 hearty claps to the sponsors who supported the Alumni Golf Challenge and the alumni who are coming today. Let's put our hands together for. AAR Hospital. Britam. Safaricom. Walidi. Good Life. Amaratas. Tuko. Marudadi. Fireplace. Anytime. Great. So let me give you a short story as I invite the next person on stage. Just 2 weeks ago, I received a call from the third edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge winner, the only lady called Mandarin Bugwa. She won for her school called Newberry Girls High School. She called me and said, Mark, you won't believe this. When we went for the homecoming to Newberry Girls around 2 years and a half ago, we supported a girl called Mombi. And Mombi had just gotten her results of KCSE, and she had passed in flying colors. And she came around and said, Mark, because of that, I have taken the honors. I'm going to host her for a whole party in my house. And number 2, I am going to educate her moving forward all the way to university. Let's put our hands together for that. So such are the stories we are creating today. By the time we're leaving here, we're going to have Raymond adopt a student or students. Let's put our hands together for that. In addition to that, we have the mighty Chebi Alumni Association. They are also going to put in some more funds, and 2 more students are going to be sponsored. Also today, I'm happy to mention that a student will walk away with school uniform, courtesy of one of our sponsors. Also today, we shall have also definitely a student who has had eye problem being sorted for good with what we call spectacles. Put our hands together. And definitely, the people that make my heart beat, that teacher, there will be some teachers today who will be awarded handsomely for the good job they have done. Let's put our hands together for them. And finally, for the time we've been waiting for, and I want you to prepare, I'll do a short introduction about this man so that he can come on stage and speak 2 things. 1, the things that changed his destiny while in school, and 2, 1 word that he can give to you for 2, 3, or 4 of the things you need to do in your life. So, introducing a gentleman who I've come to know because he now is in the annual history of the alumni movement. He was here in 2003. The year 2003 is when he graduated. And sadly, he has never been back again. He later pursued a degree in electronic engineering from the University of Nairobi, which has laid a foundation for him in ICT. And he got taken in as an employee of one of the biggest telco companies in Kenya, which is Safa, and also worked for the biggest audit firm in Kenya called PwC. Now, the gentleman I'm about to invite here has a lot to speak about his school. And one of the things that echoes every time is when he speaks about one thing: shine your light. Shine your light. And because of what he did, he has continually been involved in the Alumni Association initiative at the primary school level. And it was a school called St. Phyllis Kamatugui. St. Phyllis Kamatugui, where he founded an alumni association. This man has really changed the destinies of other children. So, Chebi is cool. Chebi is cool. Yes. Chebi is cool. Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Now, for a standing ovation, and I know the DJ is about to put on music. For a standing ovation, put your hands together, put your hands together for the ninth edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge, Mr. Raymond.
Thank you so much for being back here. It's really feels so awesome. Really so awesome. Thank you so much. The principal, the senior principal, the board chair, everybody else, the students. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. Yes, my name is Raymond Pate. I was here in the year 2000, which is the millennium, which appears to be a very old time ago. Okay? But believe you me, this school was started in which year? 1985, which is the year that I was also born, and it's really a privilege. When I was here, I was index number 9, okay? And I won the 9th edition of the Alumni Golf Challenge. So this school really built me, and I'm going to give a very interesting story. So I came here in the year 2000. I was a bit late. I came 2 weeks after the other students had reported, and I remember I was very confused. I'm one of those people we call late bloomers. I know there are boys who are I was one of them. Still I am to some extent. But one of the things that I remember the deputy principal one day called me and is like, why don't you have number 1 school uniform, number 2 you are not wearing socks. So when we had the primary school I was in, I actually started wearing shoes. It used to be once in a while in class 7, and I never wore socks. So when I came here, I was like, okay, I'm not really wearing socks. It's like, you don't even have one from home, and it was interesting. But it also built me. And one other thing that I also remember is there's one of your teachers who was my class teacher then, and surprisingly, she's still here. Okay? Madam Longa. I'm so proud, to really reconnect you back again. And I'll give you a very good story. So I was still confused. There's a Form 2 or Form 3 so and then they're like, hey, can you help me with something, I think a geometrical set. And they took it away, and I didn't have any other geometrical set. So I just went to Madam Long and I told her, there's a Form 2 student who took my geometrical set. And within the next day, she looked for that, because I didn't even know who that person was. She looked for that man, and that boy was able to buy me a good geometrical set, and it really touched my heart because I believed, of all the things that happened. So it was a very nice time. I really enjoyed. It was tough being here, although to some extent I really learned a lot. I actually used to like school more. We used to eat githeri every day from the beginning of the term to the end of the term at 6 p.m. I don't know if that is still the case. Okay? So it was very interesting. A lot of students didn't like githeri, but I liked it because ilikuwa chakula mingi, hiyo ndio watu wapendi, so you get enough portion that time. And my favorite time was the visiting days. That is when for most people will not eat the school food, so there's a lot of food remaining for some of us, and they really enjoyed that time. But what was most important is there are a couple of things that I learned. Number 1 is the academic discipline, which has taken me through a lot that are there. When I came here, number 1, I came from a place called Kapsabet in a very rural school. So this was our first exposure. In fact, I don't know if some of you are from a bit of town, so we had a lot of students from Lawrence town. So they used to look for excuses to go back home, weekends, VI classes and stuff like that. But for me, it was a very interesting time because I could be able to study uninterrupted. I could be able to read, end to end. I could be able to focus on my studies. And I learned to be very disciplined, and I learned to see the outcome of my output. In fact, when I left here, I remember seeing my results, and I was very happy. I was actually, those days they used to rank students. I was number 21 in the whole of the Rift Valley, and I was so happy. It really opened a lot of opportunities for me. I got a scholarship immediately to study at Strathmore University to do an accounting course. Through that performance, even as I waited to join one of the best universities in the country, which is the University of Nairobi. And you know, when I learned that discipline, I was able to really go far. I went to the University of Nairobi immediately, and before I graduated, I had a very good job. Before I actually graduated the university, I got absorbed into an auditing firm called PwC. It's one of the global companies that was there. So I was really privileged to learn a lot and explore the things that happened. Immediately thereafter, I went to the biggest telecom company called Safaricom, and I really was able to learn quite a lot and grow my career. I have seen tremendous things that has happened to me based on the experience that I got here. I have formed very good friends. What you realize is that in high school, this is the time that your character is really like sort of now Christian inaanza kushika hapo hivyo. So I saw students who got a bit confused, and I think at this age, boys, you might become a bit confused. I'll give you a story. This dining hall, it's a dining hall. This, by the time I was here, is when actually it was being built. We completed it. We hosted the national music festivals here. I think it was the year 2002 or something. But some young men got a bit confused. Unajua boys wakiona wasichana kidogo wanachanganyikiwa kidogo. Okay? But what I realized is that when you are able to focus on the right things, a lot of things happen later on in life. Okay? Some people got a bit confused, but when I realized that when you look at it, when you focus on the right things, the best things come. Okay? When you grow your career, when you go to your first job, and you are really, doing very well, mambo style inakuwa rahisi sana. Sisi tulikuwa tunachanganyikiwa kidogo, lakini it becomes very easy because at that time you're mature, you know what you want, and everything really works out well. So it becomes a very important aspect that you gain in that nature of discipline that is there. The other thing is, this is the place where you form some of your best friends that are there. When I look at the people that I normally talk to on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, the people who we are in different sectors, then we're able to encourage each other. These are the friends that I got here at Chebisaas. Okay, how come here and back? It's not. It's a good thing, and I'm really so proud of Mark and team because hii mchezo inaitwa golf. Najua kwa wengi wenu inaitwa mchezo wa mobabas. Okay, sasa ile ukifika age fulani unaanza kugura na ukisonga. Okay, but one thing that I learned, I used to actually play hockey here, and it has imenisaidia kupiga hesabu vizuri kwa that game. But it is a very good game, especially for networking and as you grow your career. So I was really so proud when on that night, I don't know if you've seen the videos, the pictures circulated. I was really dancing because when you win such kind of a thing, it really opens up a lot of opportunities. And it reminded me, let me go back to my high school. I tried connected to the senior principal. I tried connected to the alumni team led by Zeph. And I'm really so proud. We tried, it was a very short period of time. We are going to help and celebrate some 3 students here today and be able to see them through their education. But I believe now we can be able to use that. What happens is what we call a seed. Ukishapanda kitu chini, then it can actually germinate. So we are going to even do much more as an alumni to be able to see this school grow, because I can tell you for a fact now I have children, I have a boy, and I want one day niseme nataka kumleta hapa hivi Chebisaas yani aendelee na kusi. And I'll give you a very good story. I came to Chebisaas. Those days we used to do interviews for you to come to Chebisaas. One of the biggest reasons why I came here was because my older brother had just completed in the year 1998, na aliacha sifa mzuri, akasema kama huyu ni ndugu yako, huyu hata hatuna maswali mengi sana. It becomes very easy because he has taken precedence. And we want to do that because the motto of the school, okay, it is in Psalms, what? 119 verse 105. 119 verse 105. We are there to shine your light, right? Whatever you do, one of the things that you realize is that whether you are an individual, whatever it is, you make sure that you shine your light wherever you are, because the character that you've built, right, helps you to shine wherever that light that is there. It is one of the most powerful mottos that you can have. When I'm at home, when I'm working, when I'm at the university, when I'm at all these big companies, when I've even gone to several countries, across the world, I have seen a lot of these things, because when you shine your own light, things just open up, right? Things are able to grow so fast. So I would want to encourage you. I know, so many of you, mnataka kupita, msonge mbele, you want to become all these, wonderful things. But one thing that I can remember to say is that when you shine your light, wherever it is, this is the foundation, right? This is the foundation that you build. And one thing that I can tell you, kitu moja kwa maisha, hakuna shortcut. Nilipenda when I had issues of betting and those kind of things. The reality is there's no shortcut. Everything that you do will show up, right? Anything that you're able to do in the dark will actually come up. So when you work that hard, it will be able to open a better career for you. It will be able to open bigger opportunities for you. It will be able to open up the world of opportunities that are there. I have seen it in my own life. I have been able to experience it, and I continue to see the joy, because this life is unapanda hivi, right? So there is no way you just use the lift. It is the staircase each time and each time. So the ones you do at Form 2, at Form 3, at Form 4, and all beyond, right, is going to do. I have seen your aggressive push for the Form 4s. Form 4 wako wapi? What is your target mid-grade? 8, right? And you are going to achieve it. I have seen it, because when I was going through, I analyzed the year 2015, we were at 9.3, all right? So we have to go and even keep going. It is very much possible when you target it, right? Those things happen. So when you are here, we went through the same, najua sasa hivi nashangaa kama tulipitia hiyo maisha yote, okay? Tukiwa Form 1, kitambo sisi tukiingia ulikuwa unavaa kinyasa kwanza ndio ujulikane ni Form 1, ukifika Form 2 sasa ndio unapewa longi, okay? Na hiyo baridi ilikuwa inakuchapa vizuri. But we went through it. We slept into, there's another hole, it was called Siberia. Tukangana na maisha huko kidogo, ilikuwa huko mbali, okay? Until we came to us with the chemicals. And we continue. So tulipitia maisha yote, right? It is the rite of passage. It is the reality. Hakuna haraka ya maisha, okay? This life, you realize that when you are in high school, Form 4 kuna miaka ngapi sasa hizi? 17. Okay? That is most of you, actually all of you were born after tulishatoka history. Okay? Nataka tuko. Okay? Tukiendelea turudi huko nyuma, kuna watu tulikuwa naangalia, tuko na WhatsApp group wote walikuwa hapa 1992. Okay? Na maisha inaendelea. Hakuna haraka. Si kweli? 17 years, sasa wana wanaishi miaka 70. Okay? Ukianza kuondoa hivyo, kuna miaka mingi sana huko mbele. So hakuna haraka, hakuna mbio ya kila kitu. Kila kitu ni mosmos. I want to wish you all the best. I really enjoyed my time here. I really was grounded. I got to Limba Golden Bells from the beginning to the end. I read the Bible when I was in Chebisaas from the beginning to the end. I got firm foundation in my Christian faith. I'm really so proud, because that is what actually grounds. That is the moral fiber that holds you. Nashukuru sana. I'm so proud to be back. And this is not going to be the last. We are going to come back more and more, bigger and better. And I believe.
Wow. Guys, let's celebrate this man. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Raymond. Wonderful. Now, as you have your seats, I will do a quick one. I will ask Mr. Raymond to stay back. Not to go back. Let's have a seat. Now I'm going to invite some of our partners who have been here, who have been walking with us this journey, and I want them just to come and they will spend just a minute just to inspire you. Just to inspire you, and then we are going to come, and then after that I will invite the BOM chair and also to come on stage together with the whole leadership team of the principal, and of course, definitely we'll be able also to give an award. But before I proceed, as I invite someone to come on stage, all the alumni, and I know your vice chair is still, oh good, Joseph, just come on stage, come on stage. Good, let's put our hands together for him. And also we'll ask the partners, kindly come as well. Guys, let's put our hands together for our chair, vice chair, alumni. Good. I want you to do only one thing. One thing is just to say hi to you and also ask all the alumni to stand. And you're going to just wave at them. And then number 2, we'll have now the rest of going. Just say hi, say.
Praise God. Amen. I want to take this opportunity to say good afternoon. Chebisaas oye. Chebisaas oye. Wow, it's such a bright day, isn't it? A day that Raymond and team have come back home. Alipewa nini alipokuja nyumbani? Alipewa nini chairman? Heroes. Hii inaitwa nini? Heroes. Sinendet ni ya nani? Ni ya heroes. Si ndio hivyo? So Raymond is our hero, ndio maana amevalishwa Sinendet. As alumni, we are very proud of you. You have made us proud. Wakati alikuwa na tea. Najua kuti kufanya golf hivi. So he was teeing it for the school, okay? So Raymond, congratulations, you did it for us, and we are so proud of you. Raymond anataka ajibu maswali mbili. Raymond, ulikuwa dom gani?
I was in Elementator, and I'm glad I was actually with Evans, who is also part of the alumni, and amefika leo, long time friend of mine.
Watu Elementator. Elementator mko? Haya, ulikuwa form 4 gani?
So nilianza form 1, nilianza na form 1 East, alafu nikaenda form 2 mpaka form 4 West.
Makofi ya form 4 West. Hata mimi nilianza form 1 East, lakini nilimaliza form 4 West. Asante sana, back to you, Mark.
Let's put our hands together for Brazil. Wonderful. So I will invite some of our new partners who have been here. You already mentioned their name. And of course, let's start with TJ. They'll come and say hi, and let's hear from them. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Irene Mayo from TJ's Boutique Hotel. We are the partners with Alumni Golf Challenge. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the administration of Chebisaas Boys High School to welcome us here to be part of this wonderful event. I would also like to thank the Alumni Golf Challenge for them to be able to make us be part of this amazing initiative. I will also like to congratulate the alumni and also to thank you for being here and coming back to say thank you where you come from and encouraging the students that one day they will be great people in the society. That is very well thought of you. Thank you so much, and we are happy to be here. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eli Wong, Sila from TS Boutique Hotel. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Masiweru from a company called Waridi Eyewear. We're one of the partners for alumni. I want to really appreciate the principal for allowing us to even be here. We appreciate the platform. Mr. Raymond, thank you for bringing us to your home. We really appreciate you. Keep on doing the good job that you're doing. Alumni Golf Challenge, we appreciate you guys. One day you guys are touching lives. which is a huge deal if you haven't been told yet. Good job, keep it up. To the students, remember, is work smart, work hard, and God, okay? Do not forget that. You have to work smart and work hard so that you guys will also have a platform one day to stand in front of people like what we are doing. So you have to get those grades, so work hard, work smart, and God, right? Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Nasemanga Mungu kwanza, praise God. Praise God again. My name is Irene. I'm from Central Real Estate. I'm a salesperson and I love selling. So sometimes it's when you choose a career you are happy. So I'm happy selling. It's a good career. That's not what I studied in high school, in college, I was in Egerton University. I did a course called Agribusiness Management. That's not the course I wanted to choose. That time you're being thrown somewhere. So I wanted to be a lawyer. But sales somehow allows me to be a lawyer. Because in real estate I'm able to interact with lawyers and I'm able to push the brand. So I will leave you with something. Work hard. Get money. Because ukienda kusalimia mtu kama hauna pesa atadhani unakuja kumuomba. So I wish you all the best, success to the Form Force, and God bless you.
Good afternoon. Do we have anybody from Murang'a County here? Very nice. So my name is Sapika Wangari. I'm from Murang'a County. I went to Bugori Girls High School. I'm so glad to be here. I thank you, Raymond, because you're the person who has brought me to Eldoret for the very first time. So I just wish you all the best, and I know that whatever you put your mind into achieving, it's just that, it's just as close to you as it is in your mind. So all the best, and I'm so glad to have met all of you. Thank you.
Wow, let's put our hands together for them as they can sit down. Wonderful. For his school, a reason for him to start an endowment fund in Chebisaas school. And part of the gift he won, and that being the financial gift, he won for the school an amount for a bursary fund equal to Kenya shillings 100,000 Kenya shillings. But he didn't stop there. Because of him winning, he was able to be part of the reason to touch teachers in this school. And so today, we are going to honor two great teachers, because today on stage, we are going to invite 3 students to receive bursaries. And so, allow me to do this. As a representative of also the other 3, I will have the MC, please join me on stage, MC Head Boy. And you get the other mic so that we bring to you these great students. So, a student who has just been adopted by Raymond Bent, meaning, and this is the challenge I gave to him, that now that we have given him 100,000 Kenya shillings, we never want to hear that that student has been dropped out of school until he finishes Form 4. Put your hands together for that. And this student has been adopted by Raymond. But beyond that, in conjunction with the Alumni Association of Chebisaas, they have now come on board and have said they are going to dedicate 2 more. And so today, we're going to give and to invite these wonderful students. And because of the one that has been adopted, allow me just to give him a short story. This student has a story that touches my heart because it happens to be also my story. He's a student who has a single parent, who is a mother, and he's a salonist. Despite, of course, the financial hardship, Kevin has remained determined and passionate about education. He inspires to become a doctor and has shown exceptional promise in science. And so, today, through the Alumni Golf Challenge, Raymond Bess is able to adopt a student by the name Kevin Kimboy of TG. Where's Kevin? Let's play Kevin Kimboy. Kevin Kimboy. Where are you, Kevin? Kimutai, sorry. Kevin Kimutai. Kevin Kimutai. I'm so sorry. I'll my coffee on Kimutai. 2G. Kevin Kimutai. 2G. Admission 6390. 6390? 390. Oh, so Kimutai. And I know there's a mom. Where's the mom? Congratulations. Where's my parents? Mama Kimutai. Well done. For his school, a reason for him to start an endowment fund in Chebisaas school. And part of the gift he won, and that being the financial gift, he won for the school an amount for a bursary fund equal to Kenya shillings 100,000 Kenya shillings. But he didn't stop there. Because of him winning, he was able to be part of the reason to touch teachers in this school. And so today, we are going to honor two great teachers, because today on stage, we are going to invite 3 students to receive bursaries. And so, allow me to do this. As a representative of also the other 3, I will have the MC, please join me on stage, MC Henry Boy. And you get the other mic so that we bring to you these great students. So, a student who has just been adopted by Raymond Bess, meaning, and this is the challenge I gave to him, that now that we have given him 100,000 Kenya shillings, we never want to hear that that student has been dropped out of school until he finishes Form 4. Put your hands together for that. And this student has been adopted by Raymond. But beyond that, in conjunction with the Alumni Association of Chebisaas, they have now come on board and have said they are going to dedicate 2 more. And so today, we are going to give and to invite these wonderful students. And because of the one that has been adopted, allow me just to give him a short story. This student has a story that touches my heart because it happens to be also my story. He's a student who has a single parent, who is a mother, and he's a salonist. Despite, of course, the financial hardship, Kevin has remained determined and passionate about education. He inspires to become a doctor and has shown exceptional promise in science. And so, today, through the Alumni Golf Challenge, Raymond Bess is able to adopt a student by the name Kevin Kimboy of TG. Where's Kevin? Let's play Kevin Kimboy. Kevin Kimboy. Where are you, Kevin? Kimutai, sorry. Kevin Kimutai. Kevin Kimutai. I'm so sorry. I'll be my coffee on Kimutai. 2G. Kevin Kimutai. 2G. Admission 6390. 6390? 390. Oh, so Kimutai. going to have an acceptance speech. Naomba tumpigie makofi anapotuongelesha.
I stand before you today with a heart full of gratitude, humility, and overwhelming joy. First, I would like to acknowledge the distinguished individuals present today, our guest of honor, the chairperson of Board of Management of our grade school, the PA chair, members of the Alumni Challenge, alumni of the AIC Chebisaas school, our senior principal, our dedicated teachers, distinguished guests, and my fellow students. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your presence here today means so much to me, and I thank you for your continued support. I'm deeply honored and incredibly thankful to have been selected for this scholarship. And I must admit, words cannot fully express the joy I feel right now. Coming from a humble background where my family struggled to meet even our basic needs, and having a single parent who does manual labor for us to survive, I never imagined I would have an opportunity like this. The financial challenges I face have always been constant worry. However, today, thanks to the generosity of the alumni and the support of everyone here, I can breathe a little easier knowing that my high school education is secure. This scholarship is more than just a financial assistance to me. It is a symbol of hope, a reminder my dreams are valid, that there are people believing in my potential. It motivates me to work even harder, knowing that I have privilege and responsibility to make the most of this opportunity. As the late Professor George Eshiwani, the former Vice Chancellor of Kenyatta University, used to say, and I quote, "The sponge of water you get, squeeze it until you quench your thirst." I promise to honor this scholarship by continuing to do my best in my studies and by striving to become a better person each day. To the alumni who have made this possible, I want to extend my deepest gratitude. Your generosity will have a profound impact on my life and the life of others who, like me, are given the chance to rise above their circumstances. I hope to one day be in position to give back, just as you have done for me, and for that I'm truly grateful. To my senior principal and teachers, thank you for your unwavering support, guidance, and encouragement. Your belief in me has been a constant source of motivation, and I am blessed to learn under your guidance. And to my fellow students, let us continue to work harder, each as we all have our own dreams and challenges. This scholarship is not just a personal achievement for me, but a reminder that anything is possible if we remain determined and never give up. In conclusion, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude once again to everyone who has made this possible. I am truly honored, and I promise to make the most of this opportunity. Thank you all very much, and be blessed.
Amazing. Wow. Let's hear it from the mom.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord again. Thank you for the fraternity. Thank you very much. Without you, here ingewezekana. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for Kevin. Now, allow me to invite on stage a very ceremonial function for us. to hand over the check. I'll have Raymond together with the BOM and the principal and the chair, the vice chair of alumni come on stage as we hand over the check and also as we're able to do the necessary things. Let's put our hands together, guys. So what that means is that Mr. Raymond has just adopted this boy. And I will say this after this, because after this I'm going also to invite two other young men after we hand over before we sit. So Mr. Raymond, you can be on the other side. Then the boy and the mom.
Can we move on this side, Kidoko? On this side.
This is amazing. Let's appreciate them for accepting this gesture. The vocals. Congratulations.
Perfect. So this is the camera, eh? So just look at me and smile. Keep your best smile.
This is our 9th Alumni Golf Challenge winner. He was born with 100,000 shillings. Boys, who was it? Congratulations. And as they are there, so as we are here, I want us also to do something. Because of this gesture, because of today Raymond walking back to his former school, he's done something else. He has inspired another candle to someone else to do the same. And because of that, he's inspired the alumni of Chebisaas to also be part of this movement. And so, because of that, we are going to invite on stage two other students who the Lord has blessed to have. So let's put our hands together for Dixon Tom, 6336 of 2C, and then Kevin Kimtai Dixon, admission 6379 2B. Kimtai, Kevin Kimtai Dixon Tom. Dixon Tom, they all go the bursary of 100,000. Yes, admission 6336. 6336. That is it. That is him. Kevin Kiprono. Kevin Kiprono. Kevin Kiprono. Kevin Kiprono going once. That is from 2 as well. Oh, let's put our hands together for him. And where is Dixon? Dixon. And Kiprono is the school prefect. Congratulations. Good for you. Okay, Danny Kim Boy. Where's Danny Kim Boy? Kim Boy. Let's put our hands together, guys. He's here. you. Turn to your neighbor. I mean, everything is possible. God can bless you in things. Wonderful. Almost.
Let us smile. Smile. Hizi zinaenda kwa TV. Smile.
All right. The alumni of the association. Wonderful. Before we sit down, because another partner among us, just a minute. So we've heard what Mom does. Mom, she does many jobs. Our salon, she does salon. And so I want to invite one of the partners who are saying anataka kuinua biashara ya Mom. What do you have to say?
They say, when you raise a mother, you raise a nation. I want to raise you now. I want to raise you. I have a special child. I've been without work for like 6 years, and I was supported. Someone believed in me, they gave me a job. I've been a sales champion for the last 2 years. And I thank God, and I'm giving it back to you. I'll give an 100,000 shillings.
20,000 shillings to Mapema Makofi Hodari. Center, thank you. Congratulations for me. Congratulations. Now, for a final bow so that I can have the student seat, I want us to just all stand and be grateful to God for what He's done. So, in a club of 3, I want us just to give. Wow. Now, an old boy has just run and has said because of this gesture, an old boy who is also the ambassador, and a former ambassador, the current. PS Bitok, who is also an alumni, has just called and said he, for this cause, he's actually sent 100,000. Wow, let's put our hands together. So, just you know what to do. One, I want us all of us to just celebrate. Okay, let things change. By faith. 450,000. My goodness. Wow. Another one. 100. Tunashangilia pamoja, the ones who are here, in the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then everyone is going to celebrate, and we're all going to be like, yeah, is that okay? In the count of 3.
Just a minute to do this one because 100 imeongezwa.
Oh, 100 imeongezwa. The figures just went up from 350 to 450,000 shillings. My goodness. One more student, any of you could be going home with 100,000 shillings by the end of the day. In the count of 3, 2, 1, let's go up! Just one thing, I would like to call in the alumni just to come and take a photo with them as well. All the alumni from the Alumni Association, please come. The old boys. This photo should go to the Brother Raymond and his friend and another alumni. Today, Mr. Ruto is going to walk away with cash worth 10,000 Kenya shillings. Come on, Raymond. Allow me to introduce the best teacher award. This is a person or a teacher who has done great things to the school and has been able to spearhead the school to what it is now in that area. So, this person has over 28 years of service at AIC Chebisaas. This teacher has promoted agricultural knowledge, this teacher has also in 2001 led agricultural projects recognized nationally, earning a one-month trip to Japan by JICA. Was ranked the best in Rift Valley and second nationally. This teacher in 2019 was awarded the Toya Teacher Award USC County. And this year, this teacher has received the Toya Award, Chebisaas Boys Award. So, Chebisaas High School, let's put our hands together for the best teacher. Just one question. What kind of a student was he? Ulimchapa ama alikuwa mzuri?
He was a very good student and very tiny.
Alikuwa tiny?
He was very tiny when he was here.
Unaona kazi ya pesa wapi makomi ya balani? He was educated by Miss here, and because of that, he has just said hata anataka kusindikisha ile 10k ya Raymond, amesindikisha 10k ingine. So she has now 20,000 Kenyan shillings. That's not hands together, guys. Wonderful. Now I want the teachers also to take a seat and also to have the leaders remain. Good. Now, guys, do you believe that the leadership of an institution determines where it goes? Do you honor these men who are standing here? What's a makofi ya BOM chair? Now, the BOM chair is our senior. And I'm excited to let you know some core information you need to know. That he cleared high school. He cleared in a school called Nanyuki High School in the India. He cleared in 1970. Wow! And because of that, Alumni Challenge is happy to present a gift to the BOM chair for the continuous support to this institution. Let's put our hands together for him. Let's put them together for him. Englishman once said, you never miss the water until the river runs. Until the river runs dry. You are honored to have a man of principle in this school. He is a man who has shown that he has a vision and a heart for his school. And beyond that, he's no longer just a teacher, but he's a leader. And so, Chebisaas National Schools, I want us to put our hands together for Mr. Principal, Mr. Chebisaas. And because of that, Alumni Challenge is honored to present to him a gift, courtesy of our partners, 3,000 worth of airtime to Mr. Principal, plus other gifts. Let's put our hands together for him. Our principal, congratulations. Well managed, well made, a great lady you are. Congratulations. Keep doing a great job. Wonderful. And also to that, because you're also blessed with 97 and he's still leading and has a heart for the school. So, Chebisaas National School, let's put our hands together for the Alumni Vice Chair, Mr. Zev Unide. Let's put our hands together. And for that time, Safaricom airtime also as a gift, and also some gifts from Alumni Challenge. Thank you so much, and God bless you, Brother Zev. Thank you so much. Wonderful. This is for them, and every time they look at the clock on their wall, they are reminded of the legacy that they are still continuing from 1985 to now. And congratulations to our leaders. Now tuwapongeze mara ya mwisho. Wonderful. And Waridi. Now, as I said earlier, one of our partners has been gracious enough to give not just one, but two students who have effective eyes like myself. And they will be given full medical checkup and specs, or what you can call spectacles. So, let's put our hands together for Aridi. Let's put our hands together for Aridi as they do so. And then it's going to be received by the principal, who is going to give those two students. But a principal, you can receive that. Actually, there is a student who had a problem with an eye, problem with the lights. We already identified one. Where is the student? Will I want to see their lights? James Alex. For today, let's put our hands together for James Alex. This gentleman approached us and he said that the lights really effective, and with Waridi Eye Care, they have the UV, and I tell you, you can now celebrate your eyesight with these very lovely glasses. Very stylish. Unavaa kwa class, watu wanaona umeenda holiday. Haya, DJ. Wonderful, wonderful. So, I think that's our time now. We just come to the end. But before we end, I have heard there's a teacher who has been gracious enough to give her books. I want her just to stand and wave. That teacher is going to give books. Where is that teacher? The author. The author. Oh, the author. What do you call me the Wow. Vitabu, trains in KCSE. Good. Now, I want us to give these books to the principal. At least they're able to give the students, the 3 students who have been supported today. They will be supported with some books. Just say your name. Your name?
My name is John Wangwe, a teacher of English in this school. I'm the author of English Trends in English series, and I do this because it's part of my story too. The students I teach, most of them know it. I was born in 82. My dad died in 85. He was a principal like him, so we came crumbling down. In 1995 KCP, I was #1 in Mount Elgon district. Called Renana High, I couldn't go. got a scholarship, went to Kakamega High, dropped out with a fees about about 100,000. So I sat at home for one term. I never learned from first term, but I just in a day school. But still was number 3 overall. I went to the university, and that's how my story starts. Some of these things you see, I imagine myself, if I hadn't gotten especially those scholarships, and especially people just getting me from home, say, give him a chance. Maybe, of course, none of you will have ever known me, and I'll be somewhere maybe hunting after cattle. What we've done, especially to touch a student's life, is goes deep, goes to generations. And those students who have been touched today, yes, we are giving them books. I'm giving 2 titles each. And another time you need support, we shall be there for you, so that one day you also touch another life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Wayne. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
The principal,
kindly,
the principal, he has bought over 150,000 of these books in the library.
Wow.
So they are there, and they want to buy. Thank you, sir. Wow.
Now, wonderful. Now, after this, as part of the announcement, we request kindly the BOM chair, the alumni vice, the principal, the teachers, 2 of them who have been awarded, the 3 students who have been called upon on stage, Ma'am.
Our BOM chair, along the BOM members here, our guests for today led by Mr. Bates. We are really happy. Wacha Mungu akubariki na wenzako wote. Masharia. I think this is the beginning of good things in our school. Boys Girls Quiet. This is the day that we waited, we longed for, and finally it is here. Other schools, but I believe you win again, you come back. That's what happens. So we want to pray for Beth that he wins several, so that next year we have another one, the other year we have another one. We appreciate the Alumni Challenge team, led by Machali and the team, and we want to say welcome back again. I wouldn't really wish to stop without the chairman just saying hi to all of us. Very good, chairman. Sema tu jambo, alafu tufunge mkutano. Can we clap for our chairman? I appreciate the boys who have been chosen to be awarded. I'm sure in the next few years you will hear those boys going up, and even doing great things in this country, following their footsteps. Asante Madam Mulonga. Our prayer as teachers is that you grow, your students grow more than where you are. And I think you've done that. Can we clap for Mulonga? Maybe during the Thanksgiving we shall invite some of the alumni. Wakuja waseme pia asante kwa Mulonga because she's retiring in April. Having done great for this nation.
Bwana asifiwe. Yesu. The words of the Lord in Romans 12:12 says, be joyful in hope, be patient in affliction, be faithful in prayer. The boys that have been given assistance, may they see joy in their hope. May they have faith in their prayer. I know it's joyous when you are assisted,
but you need to show what you have been given by reciprocating with your studies. I heard what our guest today said. During Parents' Day, which showed me he came from a very, very humble background. People missed, take meals, so he was able to be satisfied. It was enough. He had time to study. I do not know whether you heard what he said about being focused with your studies. You need to be focused. You need to know.
I will request Madam Vivian and Madam Soy, please come over. We will award Mark. Mark, please come. You will get us an award. For the Alumni Challenge, we want to thank you very much for your vision. We would also want to appreciate Barbara. Barbara has worked very hard. We worked very hard to ensure that this day is a success. She's the lady who has worked behind the scenes to ensure that this day is a big success. On behalf of the alumni, we want to appreciate the efforts of our senior alumni, Wakili Safanaya Yeko. He is someone whose heart is in this school. Karim Wakili. I want to say that sometimes back Wakili came to school and found that this hall was full and some of the students were sitting outside, and he gave us some money and said buy a screen so that the boys who are sitting outside can follow the proceedings. And I want to say that we've bought the screen, a 65-inch screen, and we are going to mount it here now that we almost fit all of us here, so that when we have to project something, we are using that. So we are going to mount the screen here in the course of the day. By the time you come here for your Sunday service, any hymn to be sung will be projected on the screen. Thank you very much. And lastly, we want to appreciate, on behalf of the partners, let's appreciate Center. Also have Center on behalf of the partners. And Madam Soy and Madam Vivian, our visitors. Let's drop them. Yeah. We drop them in our colors so that they come here, so that we also have a picture and you remember that you came to this school. Yes. Over the shoulder. We want to see the writings. This is Asobenai from Chebisaas. When you use it, remember that you went to Chebisaas at some time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate John Biema Kofitena. Asante sana. Thank you. We want to do a photo for that. I think it will be so nice. Yeah. I think that is better. Yeah, very good. Put your camera. And the approach that we need to get out of this place with is what is mine is yours, I will share it. Let us all say so. What is mine is yours, I will share it. If your neighbor is not saying it, huyo anaweza kuwa ile approach ya what is yours is mine, I will take it. Let's say it together again, what is mine, let's go. What is mine is yours, I will share it. Nataka tupongeze Raymond, kuja hapa ndugu yangu. Tukupigie makofi ya hii Chebisaas. Tulipotoka tukabuni makofi mpya ya hii shule. Actually nilienda another school in Kericho na wakapiga hiyo makofi in another way, hata siku nikashangaa. Nikauliza who is the author of this club? They said hawajui. Actually I'm the author of Karibanda Club that is being done in Murang'a. You can imagine. I need to write a book. Is it possible to write a book and put a club in it so that you sign? Nataka tupige ndugu makofi ya Karibanda. Are we together? Yes, a Karibanda aende mbali. Sasa watengeneza mkono. Karibanda! Karibanda! Very good. Yes. Alumni! Karibanda! Everyone! Karibanda! God challenge! Karibanda! Hidorito! Upstanding as we pray. Let's remain upstanding as Chebisaas, Chebisaas, my pride forever. Greatest desire for greatness, aggressive like the lion, king of jungle. He's been forever. Chebisaas, excellence is what we are. Our motto, shine your light. Chebisaas, Chebisaas, my pride forever.
Okay, hello. Wasi huko nyuma, mnanisikia? So nikicount 1 hadi 3, tunainua mikono, make faces, just let's have a good time, right? Is that okay? In the count of 3, tuko tayari? Let's do a trial. 3, 2, 1, 20! Okay, watu wako hapa mko so serious, na nataka mfurahie kidogo All right, yes. Okay. 3, kuliko. 3, 2, 1,